Hey has-beens, this is day 33 on our journey. It also happens to be Groundhog's Day, and if what I've heard is true, Puxatawny Phil did not see his shadow, meaning early spring, which is exactly what I needed to hear, given the fact that we had a bit of a snow yesterday, and I'm staring at some pretty slick and nasty roads. So early spring I am cool with. Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday as well. Man, there's a lot going on today. Super Bowl Sunday, Groundhog's Day, and of course, long run day. 8 miles. Initially, the February plan that I had created said that I would run an 8-mile long run with the last 2 miles being up-tempo. Up-tempo being whatever I wanted it to be. But one of my daughters, it appears, has fallen ill with a cold, meaning that the poor thing was up sniffling all night, and so I was up most of the night with her. So I was not feeling running over an hour and then trying to bust out and run up-tempo pace for my last 2 miles. I just really wasn't feeling it. So I decided that it would be better if I altered the plan a little bit and just ran a nice, steady state, consistent pace. And I decided I would start at 7:30 and see how I felt. And at about halfway, 4 miles, I actually felt really good. And then it started to really taper off. And the last 5 minutes or so actually did not feel very good at all. Which is to be expected. I mean, that's my longest continuous run at that pace. Usually when I'm running 8 miles, I'm doing some kind of a workout or something. So, you jog a couple miles to warm up, you stop, you stretch, and you get back on, you do your workout, and then you stop, you stretch, you catch your breath, and then you jump back on and do your cool down. Well, this is just a straight, continuous, hour-long run at 7:30 pace. So, again, with these long runs, I think I've said it every Sunday so far, and I'm going to say it every Sunday in the future. This is all about getting comfortable being uncomfortable. So the more time you can spend in that, my legs feel kind of achy and I don't feel that good and my breathing's heavier than it should be, and I'm feeling like my glycogen is depleted and I'm starting to hit the wall. The more time you can spend, really close to that point, the more comfortable you're going to be living there for longer periods of time. And then, of course, once you get comfortable being really close to that line, now it's time to move that line, and then you inch closer to it, and then you move the line, and then you inch closer to it, and that's how your fitness builds. So the objective was to get comfortable being uncomfortable, and the objective was a success. Didn't have to go to the well or anything like that. Heart rate was right around about 160 unofficially at the end. But again, I want to reiterate, I don't think my heart rate was there at 6 miles. I think at 6 miles my heart rate was 150 or maybe even under. So just a sign of the development of the fitness that, your easy days tend to be where your comfort really drops off, right? So my easy days have been 3 or 4 miles for the entire month. And then once, lo and behold, when I get past 4 miles, it starts to not get easy anymore. So, I want to talk very briefly about February and what February holds. This year, February is not a particularly short month, as we do have a leap year, 29 days. So that doesn't have a huge difference, but for me it's good because it's one more day in the year to train, right? It's one more opportunity for me to build fitness before the year's over, and I'm going to need every day that I can get. So this week was about 39 miles. I ended up getting 1 extra mile. I think I had initially planned 38. But my Polish fartlek, I ended up doing a full warm-up and a full cool-down. And the workout actually went a little bit longer than I thought it would. I thought it'd go about 4 miles, and it went about 4.25. So running an extra, quarter mile. Running an extra quarter mile from what I had initially planned, which was 1.5 miles, wouldn't really, didn't put me too far out of my way. So I ended up getting an extra mile there, and that is my down week. I added in a second workout, so my mileage dipped, but I added in another workout, which was that Polish fartlek. So I had a tempo, 3 miles. I had a Polish fartlek, 5 by 1 minute on, 1 minute off, 2 minutes on, 2 minutes off. And then I'll count this as kind of a workout. More of a moderate paced run is how I'm going to rate it. And that's going to be my long run at a nice steady state pace. So for the rest of the month, that is sort of going to be the habit. I have a Wednesday workout, Friday workout, and then Sunday long run. And that's going to be, talk about Groundhog's Day, that's pretty much going to be the routine going forward for the whole month. It's going to be Monday, Tuesday easy. Wednesday is going to be a tempo. It's going to start at 3 miles, and then hopefully as my tempo speed starts to pick up, I can extend that out to 4 miles. Probably not going to extend it out to 4 miles until I can at least run under 6:30 pace. I definitely don't want to be doing 28-minute tempo runs, but if I can get it around 25, 26 minutes, I think it would be helpful to extend that out. So it's going to start at 3 miles, and then if things go well and my fitness progresses like I hope it will, by the last week of the month I should be doing a 4-mile tempo. Then on Thursday, that's another easy day, just easy mileage. I'll be doing striders on Tuesday in preparation for the tempo on Wednesday, and I'll be doing striders on Thursday in preparation for the workout on Friday. And Friday's workout is going to be a combination of just old school base building workouts and also some fartlek type work. So for me this month, I believe I have 2 sessions of 6 by 3 minutes on, 2 minutes off, which is a classic summer workout. For me, it means probably around half-mile repeats with about a quarter mile off. 2 laps, if you're outside on the track, that'd be 2 laps running hard and 1 lap running easy. I'll do 6 sets of that, which will give me about a half-hour workout. I think I have 2 of those. I have one Queensberry Classic 20-20-20, 20 easy, 20 moderate, and 20 hard. If I do that and I end up averaging 7:30, like I did for this run, that would be considered a moderate paced run, and it would put me right around an hour for 8 miles. Hopefully I go a little bit quicker than that, but I'm expecting that I'm going to at least be able to do that. That workout is in 2.5 weeks, I think, from now, so I'm hoping that my fitness builds and I'm able to run that last 20 minutes at sub-7 pace. And then I think I've got one other workout sprinkled in there, and unfortunately it's not coming to me at this. Oh yes, the last week of the month I actually switched things up a little bit, and Thursday and Friday are easy, and then at the very end on, I believe it's the 29th, leap year. I'm sorry, not leap year. Yeah, leap year day. I'm going to run my first real workout, which might be on the treadmill, it might be outside depending on the weather. We'll see how right Puxatawny Phil was. It's going to be 4 by 1 miles with a quarter mile, very slow jog rest, and I'm going to be looking to do something at tempo pace, but it's tempo pace mile repeats. So if I do, let's say I do a 4 mile tempo at 6:20 or 6:30 pace, I'm going to be looking for something around 6:10 or 6:15 for those mile repeats, and I'm going to take a quarter mile real easy. So giving myself that extra day and only doing 2 workouts, but they're going to be 2 much more high-end quality workouts. Most Friday or most Saturdays are going to be easy days after that, easy junk miles to flush out the legs and whatnot, and then Sunday's my long run, and I sort of bounce in between running whatever 20% or roughly 20% of my weekly mileage distance is, with the last portion, whether it be 2 miles or 4 miles, depending on the distance, at an up-tempo pace. And then on the subsequent week, I'll be doing a hilly type run, which will be a lot like the last hilly long run I did, where I do some sort of warm-up, I keep the pace consistent, and then I do some kind of a up, flat, up, flat, up, flat, just a very, frankly, a very boring, but it goes by quite quick. So if I do, I think I only have one 10-mile long run, and I believe that's the last 4 miles up tempo. So that one will be a progression, right? I'll run, hypothetically speaking, I'll run 7:30 pace for 6 miles, and then I'll say, okay, at about 45 minutes, I'm going to kick it down, and I'm going to run 7, 6:53, 6:47, 6:35. That would be, or 6:41. That would be like perfect workout. That would be, and that one would be a little bit harder. That would be on the easy side of hard, probably something like that. But that would be optimally where I'd like to be for a workout like that. So mileage progression is just going to stay consistent. I'm going to be doing a 10 to probably 12% jump in any given week. So I was down this week. While I was up, I was returning to where I was before my down week. So I was 39 this week. I'll be 42, 43 next week, 48 the week after that, and then I'm going to have a week down where I'll be back down closer to 41, 42, and then I'm going to bounce back up again to end the first week in March with those 2 higher end workouts. And then hopefully by then all the snow is gone and the sun comes out and I can start running consistently outside, which is really where we want to be. So, that was a mouthful. But if you hung out for this far into the video, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'd love to get your feedback down below. What does your February look like? What are your goals and objectives? How many miles do you want to run? What kind of workouts do you want to do? Are you doing any races? Are you planning on doing any icebreakers or rust busters in the spring? I know some of my friends back in New York like to run a particular 5-mile road race at the end of March. That tends to be everyone's icebreaker or rust buster for the year. Let me know what your plans are for the rest of the winter, and I hope you adjust your schedules, because it looks like it's going to be 6 weeks shorter than worst case scenario. So wherever you are and whatever you're doing, I want to thank you for coming along with me on this journey, and I hope your running is going very well, and we will see you tomorrow for day 34.